Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you have another great day today. Well, in my last video, I talked about how charging my Rivian R1T cost twice as much as it would have if I would have filled it with gas with the current gas prices as they are right now. And, had a lot of commenters commenting in, and I just did the math and, the facts are the facts. And you can do the math yourself. I had a lot of people question the math and say, I didn't calculate the efficiency of the vehicle and all of this. And trust me, I calculated all of those things. I took into account multiple variables, and I didn't want to get too in detail with the video and get too deep into the weeds because a lot of people don't really understand these things. And so I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. But there is a reason why I chose 15 miles per gallon because I know the Ram TRX, which is probably the highest powered gas vehicle out there that I can think of, has up to 700 horsepower. My Rivian R1T has 835 horsepower. Of course, the Rivian's a lot smaller. It's a mid-sized truck and really more comparable to a Toyota Tacoma than a Ram TRX will. So really, if I wanted to be, kind of apples to apples comparison, I could have compared it to a Toyota Tacoma, which gets around 25 miles per gallon. And the higher the efficiency of the vehicle, the worse off the EV is going to be. That's just the way the numbers work out. However, if you're charging at home, it's the exact opposite. And I don't know if someone, missed this. Like I charge at home 99% of the time. The only time I really charge at public chargers is for public awareness. So anyone who's thinking about getting an electric vehicle, know what to expect. Because these things are new, it's still in its infancy, and there's a lot of things to be learned, a lot of things I'm learning. So I got a lot of comments in, and what we're going to do today, we're going to go and look at some of your comments. I'm just choosing at random, and I'm going to answer or address any issues that I may be able to answer. And, see if you can convince me that I made a mistake. Was I lied to when I bought this EV? And, am I oblivious? Did I buy into the green agenda, whatever that is? Because I got a lot of comments on that. And just full disclosure, I don't care about that. And so if anyone wants to comment on some environmental stuff, or you're kind of wasting your time on my channel, I'm sure there's other channels that's not why I purchased the EV. It was not even factored into the equation. And I could say that's true for a lot of EV owners that I know. That just not, so they're EV owners are from all walks of life, all different religions, political affiliations. You just can't, just because someone has an EV, don't assume that you know who they are based on that. But let's go ahead and get to your questions. And let's go ahead and get into this. So I got my screen pulled up here. And there are quite a few questions, over 1,000. So I'm just going to just randomly just ruffle through this and see if I land on a random question, and maybe one of yours. So you may want to watch to see if one of your questions gets pulled up. All righty, what do we have? I'm just okay. Let me just go through here randomly. What do we got here? Oh, someone said, I appreciate your honesty, opinion. Well, I have no interest in EVs. Those that do need to have as much information as possible before purchase. Thank you. Well, that's very well appreciated. And that is true. EVs are awesome. I love electric vehicles. I think, in my opinion, they're superior to gas vehicles, but it depends on what your use case is. And they're not perfect. They have a long way to go to get to where they need to get. For example, if you're a truck driver and you're using your truck to haul things, you'll be better off with a diesel vehicle. That's just the way it is. There's just no vehicle on the market that can really compare to a diesel vehicle and the power it produces. And I'm sure that will change as technology improves over time. Just like, we went from this to this to LED lights. So, these things disappear pretty quickly. So, technology rapidly improves. And that's what's going to happen with these batteries. Okay, I have here where a person said I made a mistake, and we'll see. And one of the sayings I like to say is I'd rather get it right than be right, and I'm always open to new information. And that's how you remain adaptable. If you don't adapt, you're going to die. So I'm always open to new information. if someone presents something with some credible sources, and I'll take into account, and if I find it credible, I will switch my position. So that's just the way it is. I'm not going to be hardcore and fall in this line of cognitive dissonance, which is not going to help me out. It's not going to help my growth in my understanding and knowledge. And so let's see what this person's saying here. It said, first mistake you made was fully charging your battery. I did not fully charge my battery. It was just a test, and I wasn't going to spend all my money at the supercharger. It was there just to show people that particular charging station and all the amenities they had. I don't even think I charged past 65%. It says you should have only put enough to get home. Okay. And it says that they have a level 2 charger at home. Okay. I clearly explained in my video what my purpose was, so I'm not going to really get into that. And it says there are oil changes. The oil change today costs $70. I don't know. Haven't had an oil change in years, so I don't know how much those cost. It says if you change at 3,000 miles, it's about 2 cents per mile. So it's getting more into the argument of the maintenance cost. And that is true, but that wasn't the point of the video. The point of the video is that anyone who is relying on the public charging infrastructure, they're going to have to pay more than a person who's charging at home. And that's clearly the point of the video. But I understand that there definitely is lower ongoing maintenance costs with electric cars. Since I owned electric vehicles for 12 years, what have I changed? Windshield wipers. I did have to do tire changes. And that was like at 50,000 miles. So it was no different from what you have on a normal car. My wife has a gas car. We had to change the tires when they had the same mileage on it. So no difference there. But as far as ongoing maintenance costs, thousands of dollars for my wife's CX-9. So versus, I can't even think if I spent anything on my windshield washer fluid and tires. That's it. No oil changes, none of that stuff. Okay, let's go to another question. All right, let me see. Okay, some of these are just statements. And someone here says, yep, I just did a road trip in my Tesla Model 3 for 573 miles. Essentially all highway miles and entirely fueled by superchargers. And the average cost of 39 cents per kilowatt hour. And my Tesla Model 3 is a 2019. So they live in northern Ohio area. For this road trip, the average outside temperature was 35 degrees. And these lower temperatures and highway speeds and battery preheating, for fast charging at the next superchargers, which were 4 stops, results in some of the lowest efficiencies they've ever seen. 391 watt hours per mile. And it just goes in and, it breaks down by the cents. At $2.50 a gallon, a gasoline vehicle would have only needed to exceed 16.4 miles per gallon to be cheaper to operate on this trip. So he did the math, and this just backs up what I was saying. It's just the nature of it. The lower the gas prices and the higher the charging rates is going to be more expensive to operate your EV on the road. That's just the numbers. And this person verifies it. They have a Tesla Model 3, same thing. But let's keep going on. Let's see what else we have here. And maybe this will be the last one. I don't make this video too long. Let's see. Someone said, Duke. Yeah, Duke. You made the best factual explanation of the economies of EVs I'm seeing. I like one, but at this point, the closest that makes economic sense for me is along the lines of a boat or a Leaf that I only need for trips that are within the range of the battery and can be recharged at home overnight. Even then, the economics may still favor something else. That is possible. If you're doing local driving, if you're charging at home, there's no, in my opinion, even if unless it's a plug-in hybrid, no, even not a plug-in, especially not a plug-in hybrid vehicle. If you can charge at home, the math works in your favor when it comes to a fully electric vehicle. It is very difficult to beat unless you have some astronomical electrical rates. But usually those astronomical electrical rates come with some astronomical gas rates as you'll see in California or either in Europe, where it cancels itself out and you're probably, just pick a poison. But if you charge at home, it's a lot less expensive in most cases. So let's see what else we have. Okay, this is one of those probably from someone from the oil industry. one of those people who are trying to protect their profit margins. It says the point is to make you poor and for the poor to be unable to travel. Wait until it catches on fire in your garage. Wait until insurance is through the roof. Wait until you pay per mile, per trip, pre-arranged route via app. It's about surveillance infrastructure, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think tinfoil hat. Yeah, this is full of so much nonsense, especially the EV fire thing. And I talked about in these past videos, some of my past videos, battery electric vehicles are the least likely to catch on fire per 100,000. So not just, so someone says, hey, there's fuel out there, but per 100,000 vehicles, battery electric vehicles are by far the least at fire risk. Do you know who number one is? No, it's not gas cars. It is hybrid vehicles are number one by far the most likely to catch fire. So a lot of people are preaching, hey, just go with a hybrid vehicle. Yeah, those are the numbers. Those are the facts. You don't have to accept them, but it's not going to change the fact that those are the facts. Okay, let's go. What else was some stuff here? Insurance rates. I'm going to discuss that in another video. I'm going to tell you how my insurance rate doubled when I got my battery electric vehicle. In my next video, we're going to discuss that. A lot of this is fear. Let's see what this is. Just wait a month or two when OPEC nations ramp back up the price of a barrel of oil and gas costs for $50 and $5 a gallon. I'm not sure if you know this, but America is, I think we're the number one producer of oil now. We produce a lot of domestic oil, and right now that is why our gas prices are so low, that they increase the domestic production. And I expect, if they're smart, if I were them, I would keep increasing that production. I would drive these gas prices as low as possible, because right now we're at the precipice. This 2024 is a precipice for EV adoption. And with this push really going forward this year, it's just going to be the tip. In 2025, EV adoption is just going to ramp up. So if you're going to stop it, it has to be in 2024. And if they can get these gas prices down, people are like, I'm going to get this gas car. Look at these chumps with these electric vehicles. And the big automakers going to be like, yeah, come on, get some of these big old trucks and SUVs. Gas prices are real low. And it's going to kill EV adoption. In about a year, gas is going to be like $20 a gallon. That's what's going to happen. They're going to make all that profit back. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. This is smart on the oil producers' part, because they stand to lose a lot of profit, because 45% of oil goes to just for gasoline, and another 25% goes to producing diesel. So that's like 70% right there. Just if you cut that in half, that is a lot of profit potential loss. You're talking probably to the order of maybe $1 trillion in profit. That's a lot of money. And if I'm saying to lose that much money, I'm going to pull out all the stops. But I hope you like this format. Let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you like this, got some value out of this. And maybe we can keep doing this with some other videos. And like I said, my next video, I'm going to be discussing insurance rate and how my insurance doubled when I got my EV. Stay in tune for that one. But that's all I have for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me again. And I can't wait to see you on the next video.